This video and this information could change your life. Just sit back, relax, and treat this video like a podcast and just pay attention. Hear me out for just a few minutes. Enjoy.
Who remembers this song, baby? Oh, yeah. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is actually a very serious video, at least for my Rndr fellows, okay? Look, full screen frog. You guys, look at it. He's adorable. But you know what is not adorable? This chart right here. So, pretty much, right? Rndr. We talked about it a few days ago, right? We're talking about pretty much how it was looking absolutely beautiful, right? It was looking beautiful. We were creating pretty much like these higher lows in terms of closings, but we also needed to break this area, right? Because on the 4 hour, pretty much this was the support. This was the main support where we tried, we failed, we tried again, we failed. And then on this 4 hour candle, look, we tried and we had a massive rejection, right? And the moment we got pretty much a massive rejection, we sold off. So what does this mean for Rndr now? Well, let's break it down. Let's go on the daily. On the daily, what is one thing I can see? This area, pretty much right here, is a nice solid floor. So if we quickly mark this up like this, right? Right now we are below this area. So if this candle closes below this area, right? Let's say just it continues going down a little bit more and it closes here. It is not the end of the world just yet. However, although it doesn't look the best. However, if we get another candle, let's say it goes up, but then like back down here and it closes below here, that is a bad sign. What should happen fundamentally means we are going lower. Now, do I think it's over for Rndr? Do I think it's done? Dead project? No. This is actually a very good thing for Rndr. We want this to happen now so we could pump more and more during the bull run and the altcoin season. It is better to have pullbacks now so we could pump and break out than during altcoin season. So where are a few areas Rndr can tap in and start retracing back to the upside? Well, let's draw them out. Right now we are on the daily and I see a few areas. I see one, this is one of the bigger ones I would say, is all the way down here. A better one, a higher one up here. And the lowest of the low we should absolutely go no lower than this in terms of fundamentals is here. Because if we go all the way down here and we start closing below this and we start trading down, right? Like let's say we start trading down, then that would be a really bad sign for Rndr. I mean, something's absolutely wrong. But we're not even going to worry about that. Let's see on other time frames. Look, 12 hour, it looks absolutely good. This is actually really big support and resistance. And then this is the last big one. I would say, for me personally, this one in the middle for me is the number one support. So let's just write that down. The second most valuable one is pretty much this one. Well, technically this is the most valuable, but I think this is second most likely. Second support. And then third one would be here. So pretty much, right? I think it's the least probable that we go here. And if we even use the Fibonacci tool to help us from the top of this to pretty much, let's just go to the top of this, right? So going into here would be a 61% retracement, which is probable. But remember, we could always see little dips below, right? We could just see a dip for 1 hour or 15 minutes where we just spike down, something like this, right? Let's say we are going like this down, and then we spike for like literally just 5 minutes, and then we recover instantly, and then we start going to the upside, right? I've seen this happen so many times. But pretty much the 61 area to the 78 area is the most probable, and these two are pretty much the first support. So somewhere in between here would be a good buying zone. Once again, if we closed below this blue box, and let's say we retested the next day, and then we're like, nope, we want to go lower, then this area is the most likely. Then we could see us going something like this. And then we're going to have to make our decision. Depending how Bitcoin is, Rndr's price action, then we're going to have to determine, okay, this is good enough, right? This is 61% retracement from the other highs. We can start going back up. Boom, we could try to attempt this area again, right? If we look here, right? These 4 hours, these candles right here are important. So this can be a good enough pullback to be like, okay, we need more momentum to shoot up. Boom, right? Like I said, the market is like a slingshot. It's like a catapult, right? We pull it back to shoot forward. So clearly, we ran out of momentum. Like this right here, right? This price action right here could be something very similar to what we're experiencing up here, right? So we're experiencing this type of price action. We just need a further dip down just so we can start moving back up, getting some momentum and shooting up, right? So I would not be surprised if that happens. And for you guys, this is a good opportunity. You want this to happen, right? If this can happen, you have a good area to get into $6.50 range, $6.20, maybe even $6, right? And especially if this would recover and start bouncing up before Bitcoin breaks all-time highs and respects it, right? Because it might break all-time highs soon, but if it respects it, then we're going to start launching off. And a good indication for your coin, or any coin really, is for your coin to start breaking out now before Bitcoin launches off, before the altcoin season. But overall, long story short, do not worry, okay? Rndr is still one of the best tokens out there and still the most probable 15 to 25x with a very low risk. It's pretty much going to be the number one leading AI DePIN / gaming coin and has a very bright future. Now, let's say it does not close. Let's say, right? Maybe this doesn't close below this line at the end of the day. Then what can we see? This area is supported and we might start making our way back up. If we break it down to the 4 hour, we can see, right? We might start doing something like this. Then we might go a little bit lower once again, like this, like this, like this, like this, right? Something like that. I don't make the markets. I can only go based off high probability areas. And then in the moment, I have to see, okay, is this respecting this area? Is this not? That's why I bring you guys frequent updates. Also, guys, one final thing about Rndr. If we do respect this area, we will be targeting to pretty much go above this area and respect it. And once we respect this 4 hour area, this 4 hour support, our next target is pretty much going to be trying to break all-time highs. And once we do that, it's going to be respecting it and blast off. But like I said, step by step, let's not rush. Let's see what Rndr does, and I'll talk to you next time.